We've got a statement makers team to construct now. And the way we did this last time is I give my best 22 of statement makers and you give your statement makers 22. Then we'll combine our 22, put the team on Instagram. If you want to see our justifications, you want to see our individual teams, then you come and watch the video. But I guess the only things that we should touch on off the top is this isn't a best 22. This is a 22 of players, particularly under the radar players, but players who have really enhanced their prospects in the last 6 or 7 weeks of footy. We're taking into consideration Coates Talent League footy, and we're taking into consideration Championships footy. We're not taking into consideration schoolboys footy, so that's something we ought to touch on. But if we start from the full back line, I'll read mine out and give some justifications, and then I'll throw to you. But I've gone with Harry Oliver, based really strongly off his excellent start to the National Championships. Charlie Orchards had a really strong 5 weeks, and Lockie Hogan has continued to prove what he can do, and he did it at the next level playing for the Allies a couple of weeks ago.
Okay, similar. Okay, yep. Charlie Orchard, yep. Harry Oliver, yep. Alex Swinnerton fits in that first line, but he's the one player I kind of said to you, he doesn't fit in that, but his defensive attributes, I think he just needs to be in this 22, right? But whether he's no,
whether he's halfback, whether he's
but needs to get a mention.
But from a halfback perspective, I've gone Toby Travalia, whose defensive desperation has been excellent. Mitch Lloyd's had a really strong 6 or 7 weeks of form, and Harry Charlson as well from the GWV Rebels.
Xavier Lindsay, whether he's too high profile to get in this team, you could probably debate, but I just love the way he's gone about it. Harry Oliver, Toby Travalia to round out.
Your centre line, mine is Damon Hollow on the wing, based really strongly in his last couple of weeks of form, but I'm happy to put him on the wing based on what he did for Vic Metro. Cooper Hines has been just about the form player of the CTL, I feel like. And Ollie Hannaford isn't necessarily a winger, but he's shown his versatility, and I've got a lot of defenders in this team, so I wanted to fit him in somewhere, so I've put him on the wing.
Yeah. They're pretty similar in personnel. I've got Damon Hollow as well. Harvey Langford and Noah Tullio on my other to round it out.
Yep. Half forward line, I've gone Patrick Said, who's been very good for Calder in the last few weeks. I've gone Asher Eastham as your marking forward, centre half forward, and I've gone Jasper Olga, who had a really strong trial and then carried that form into his first game for Vic Country.
Yeah, a few names which you've said that I've kind of had thrown up, but interesting to see you've gone. I've gone Asher Eastham. I've gone Matt Whitlock. I thought because I got to think we've done this. It's been a while since we've done the last one, and he has had some very good performances in that period. And Jimmy Barrett, hit the scoreboard. So yeah.
And then on my full forward line, I've gone James Barrett. I've put him at full forward. I've gone Joe Berry, who continues to deliver, and I thought Jack Garrardi had to get into this team just with his pure ability to hit the scoreboard.
We're very similar here. Joe Berry, Jonty Four. He's only played 2 games.
Yeah, I was very close to putting him in,
Yeah, again, you could probably argue he's at the top end and shouldn't be in this team, but he's played 2 games, so he's still got to earn his spot back in that top 10 discussion. And Gab Stumpf, I thought since the last one has been pretty productive.
I've gone... in my ruck line, I've gone Lucas Impey as the ruck. I think his form the last 5 or 6 weeks has been mind-blowing, really, in terms of the rate of his development, really aggressive, and good to see him get the opportunity at Vic Metro level. The numbers might not have reflected it, but I liked his game in the first National Champs game. Harvey Langford as well, he's been really strong and showed that in the first Metro game. And Jagger Smith, I think, has taken his game to the next level. I don't think he could have scripted 50 disposals, 40 disposals, and 32 disposals in the first Metro game.
No, he couldn't have. I mean, he's not in my team because I was like, well, he's like a top 5. I know you're not wrong. I just couldn't put someone like him in this team. But Impey, I've gone Hines in this where you've gone him up, and I've got the Zivotron, Xavier Ivicic. Look, he's probably just gets in this team, and that Champs performance probably just stapled that. Yeah, he does have that ability to really take it to the next level.
And then, interchange bench, I've gone Connor Evans, who played a breakout game right on the precipice of Champs and has had a really strong 5 or 6 weeks. Alex Tarou's played 2 really good games for the Gippy Power. Cody Anderson's continued where he's left off in the first 3 weeks. And Zach Johnson is someone who can go across half-back, go into the midfield as well. I've liked his form. Kane Hurst is there or thereabouts as well. He's been good as a defender.
Luca Gregor, I think, has continued
Yep.
on his good form. Ollie DePauli Qbank, I think you had to have a Tassie in there. He'd be the one that has been very good at Allies level with his almost a small forward craft. He's been really impactful in the forward half. Jake Girardi and Ollie Hannaford. Okay, we're back. We've combined both our squads and we've spent about the last 10, 15 minutes off camera having a debate about it. But we've settled here with our final squad and we'll read out line by line and who makes our final team. There will be a graphic on Instagram if you're listening to this on Wednesday night that will go out tomorrow for a nice visualisation of it. But on the fullback line, Harry Oliver, Charlie Orchard and Lockie Hogan.
On the halfback line, Toby Travalia, Mitch Lloyd and Xavier Lindsay.
In the middle, on the wings, Damon Hollow, Cooper Hines and Ollie Hannaford on the other wing.
On the half forward line, Asher Eastham, Matt Whitlock and Jasper Auger.
Deep forwards, Joe Berry, James Barrett and Ollie DePauli Qbank.
Our ruck is Lucas Impey. Our midfielders are Harvey Langford and Xavier Ivasic.
Then on the bench, Jack Girardi, got that right this time, Noah Tullio, Connor Evans and Pat Said. So that's our unofficial All-Australian squad for now. Well, All-Australian in the Talent League.